What's up, guys? It's Matt coming back at you with your workout review for Cinco de Mayo, May 5th, 2022. All right, you know we're gonna warm up, you know we're gonna do mobility, you know we're gonna do skill work, so we're not gonna talk about that here. That's for when you come to class. For your strength for this Thursday, you're looking at week 4 of our push-pull strength cycle. So we're gonna be doing pulling, we're doing pull-ups at various levels, and you're gonna be doing the Z press for your pressing. Let's start talking about the Z press. So for the Z press, if you were with us last week, you did 7 reps. This week we're gonna do 8 reps and try to build a little bit more weight into that. So we're gonna add 1 rep into the mix and maybe a little bit of load if you're ready for it. Now for Z press, we remember we're seated in this position. So this is my body and these are my legs down here, all right? And it's gonna take out all the press from our legs. So it's really strict, it's a really strict movement. Now, why do I really like the Z press? Well, there's a few reasons. First of all, the Z press facilitates really good overhead stability, and it works your back along with your shoulders and as well as your core. It has a factor into the movement as well. Now, because you're gonna be seated, it takes away the added stability that your lower body brings to the movement itself. So to perform this movement well, you have to rely on really good pressing mechanics. Now there's a million other reasons I could talk about here, but one of my favorites is going to be the fact that you have to maintain great posture to do this movement properly. Using great posture is going to translate to all kinds of good things in your personal life and into all of those other movements like your jerks, your snatches, anything that requires you to go overhead are going to be affected by having better posture in a positive way. Using a barbell would be your preferred method for this today, but if you're not quite there for mobility or things like that yet, feel free to use dumbbells. If you really want to challenge yourself, try using kettlebells in a false grip position out of the front rack. It's going to be pretty challenging. Now for the pulling portion of this press was the pushing, right? For the pulling part of this, we're working on strict pull-ups. This is designed to either get you your first pull-up or get you better at strict pull-ups in general. So if you have 0 to 4 strict pull-ups, you're going to be following that first track. You're going to be doing negatives or one of the reviewed scaling options that we have for the day. Now, if you're somebody who has gotten really sore doing negatives in the past, maybe do a few of those negatives or reduce the volume of seconds in that descent or try some of the different scaling options that are there. Ultimately, negatives are going to help you get really strong in those positions that you'll be able to pull out of. However, we don't want to have too much strain on your muscle tissue if you're not ready for that yet. So don't be afraid to change it out a little bit. Ask questions of your coach, or ask advice of us outside of class if you need that. But know your body. It is smart that you apply that and not try to struggle through if you're somebody who may feel like you're not ready for that yet. The other 2 versions of this are if you have between 5 and 11 strict pull-ups, or if you have more than 12 strict pull-ups. The reps and sets that you're going to see through this cycle are meant to get more volume, get you more exposure, and do so in a way that challenges you, because it's not super easy to be doing all these strict pull-ups, especially with max effort sets at the end. It's just meant to help you get more exposure to it and get better improvement to it all. Some tips I have for you if you already have your strict pull-ups and you're trying to increase your volume. One would be make sure we're coming out of a complete dead hang on each rep and we're not adding any swing or any kip to it. Even though we think we're going strict sometimes, we may add a little bit of extra body movement. So tuck those legs in, make sure that everything is nice and strong all the way through. This may decrease the volume of reps that you're getting, but they're going to be of better quality. And we know that quality equals more quantity in the long run. We know that strict pull-ups aren't always the most sexy or fun movement to do. However, there's so much translation to everything that's going to be good for you the rest of your time moving forward, other movements, and in life in general. Strict pull-ups are the way to go. All right, for your Metcon, we have a partner workout today. One person works, one person rests. At 3, 2, 1, go, partner one is gonna start. They're gonna do an entire round, 10 burpees, 10 toes to bar, 10 push jerks. Performance level, that's as written with 95-65 on the barbell. Lifestyle, 75-55. It says hanging knee raises, but one of those things you can do is a 3/4 toes to bar. So if you're ready to start adding and getting almost there, that would be another great scaling option for you. Fitness level, you're gonna use an unloaded barbell and you're gonna do hanging knee raises, or you can do toes to pull. All right, so we're looking at work, rest here today. So you should treat each round like a quasi sprint. Try to get them out, knock them all the movements out fast, because they're not super complicated today. Maybe the toes to bar can be considered more technical, but the weight is light, the movements are relatively simple, so you should be able to blast through around relatively quickly and then get an equal amount of rest if you choose the correct partner. That said, we shouldn't be getting to a point in this workout where we have to take, do singles or take massive amounts of rest. So if that comes to that point, either slow down or scale the movement, break it up a little bit from the get-go, if you know that maybe you can't always do 10 toes to bar in that workout, or maybe you need to switch from toes to bar to the 3/4 toes to bar. That's going to be dependent on you, but try to keep your rounds around the same amount of time. So if you pay attention, look up at the clock, and try to match your effort on each set. All right, guys, that's it for today. Until next time, feel free to hit me up if you have any questions about these workouts or if you want further detail. I'm happy to do that, and we'll see you in class. All right, bye-bye.